If you followed me at all, you know that I do not advocate exercise for weight loss. So to tell you that I started working out today may confuse you, but let's go to something else first. It's not necessarily a contradiction in terms. I'll get into that in just a minute. Greetings. Thank you for everybody that's come. If it's your first visit, there's a little red, white, and blue circle right down in this corner. You can click on that to subscribe. I'm really getting a little frustrated that I have more videos than subscribers. If you're already subscribed and you have a second Gmail account, go ahead and subscribe again. I don't mind doing the work, but I really want it to benefit somebody. And with so few subscribers, I'm not sure that that's the case. And yes, this is work. You think I just sit here and talk to a camera, which is all you see of it, but I do a lot of research, and I do some back-end work once I make these videos. Those thumbnails don't just appear out of thin air. I try not to edit these videos too much. That's why you see blips and bloopers. But overriding the goal is to help somebody get into better health, so I try not to be contradictory. I will tell you, I'm thankful to my doctors that I have a relationship with in Texas. Just a little while ago, I received a prescription note that I can use to go to the national parks and get a disability pass, which will allow me free access to all of the federal recreation areas. I requested the note because, as I said in yesterday's video, I'm only 34 miles from the entrance to Shenandoah National Park, which is also the northern terminus of the Skyline Drive. And at the southern end of the park, the Skyline Drive ends and the Blue Ridge Parkway begins. There's no fee to go on the Blue Ridge Parkway. The drawback to both of them is the speed limit is about 35 miles an hour, so you definitely just want to go when you have plenty of time to sightsee. I am somewhat limited in my ability to walk long distances after the stroke. So I do qualify. At least the Fed said it didn't have to be 100% disability. And I've actually, I think I mentioned my friend yesterday. I think she can qualify also, and I believe she'll be going with me. I haven't even asked her yet. We'll talk about that on the bus ride to Tangiers tomorrow. So expect some national park videos in the near future. That is 34 miles to Shenandoah National Park, but I actually do drive through part of Manassas National Battlefield on the way to my parents, the interstate part of it. So I think it doesn't really touch the interstate, but if I got off on the road I should have gotten off of the day of the big traffic jam, those state highways go right through the park. There's actually an intersection near what they call the Old Stone House, which was a field hospital during both battles of Manassas or Bull Run, whichever way you choose to call them, during the era of the Civil War. Growing up in this area, I've been there a lot, but it would be nice to be able to go park the car, take a short hike, have this pass on me, not have to go to the ranger station, pay a fee, then come back and park and then go and walk. It's not like I'm going to take any 2 or 3 day walks, but I might want to go 10 minutes out from the car and back. Daggone it, I forgot to turn my do not disturb on. Let me see if I can do it. Let me pause this for a second. There we go. Now no more robocallers because of the election in Texas. I have not changed my voter registration yet, and there's a runoff in a couple of days, so every candidate and their brother that thinks I'll vote for them has been calling me on a robocaller. I always ignore them. I'm not going to vote in Texas. I technically am a Virginia resident at this point, even though I need to get all my documents transferred over. But I'm waiting another week or two since I don't know if I'm going to be here or at the farm the majority of the time. I really want to be at the farm more and here less, so if that's the case, I will end up registering my vehicle in the other state and then maybe get a driver's license in this state, so I have identification that identifies me both places. but then I'd have to register to vote wherever I have my driver's license, which would be here. And they are also in I think a runoff, but definitely a primary to decide what Republican candidate is going to run for the open house. I think it's an open house seat for this area, or a retiring house seat or something. And it turns out that one of the candidates is my across the street neighbor's growing up son-in-law. So she asked if I could have him, if she could give him my number and have him call me. That could have been him calling, for all I know. I didn't recognize the number. I told him, yes, I'd talk to him, but I'm not even registered to vote here. So I don't know that I'll be much help to him. But because I've been so active in politics in Texas, I guess the people here that saw my Facebook page there and have known me for 30, 40 years expect that I would be able to help a candidate here. And I probably would if I decide to get involved in politics here. And I don't know that I'm going to. So let's get back. So that's the kind of the big picture of what's happened since I talked to you yesterday. Very excited about that potential national recreation pass. I think they call it an access pass for the disabled. And remember, not all disabilities are something you can see from the outside. Having a fully occluded artery in my neck definitely can't be seen from the outside, but it does limit the flow of oxygen to my brain if I overexert. So anyway, I'm qualified, even though I may get out of a disabled parking spot and you look at me and say, oh, why are you going into the gym if you have handicap plates? Well, none of your business, really. Or you can watch my channel and find out. Remember the subscribe button, and there's a like button down below, and you can make a comment. I'd appreciate that too. For months, well, obviously been for months. I've been out of Texas for what, 4 months now? It's May, 5 months. I left sometime in February, almost 5 months. I don't know when I last saw Dr. Mabry there in Sherman, let's say November. But even prior to that visit, he was telling me I should do a type of weightlifting called high intensity training. Don't get it confused with high intensity interval training. They're, as best I can tell, two different things, but they kind of both concentrate on doing short bursts of high intensity exercise. So my landlord called about 10:15 and was surprised to wake me up. I'm like, well, I'm taking NyQuil for these allergies, and it knocked me out. She said, well, maybe you shouldn't take something as strong. I'm like, well, I only took half a dose last night, but then I didn't fall asleep till like 3. So 3 to 11 is only 8 hours. It's not like I slept an excessive amount. But she was packing stuff in the car and wanted to make sure what exactly I wanted her to bring up here, because apparently they have got more stuff than I expected they would have. So it's going to take another 2 trips, this trip and another one, to get all of my stuff up here. I told her I'm living fine without it, so just try to bring the big box that has the kitchen supplies, and bring my waffle maker and grill, electric waffle maker and grill. I did get a Dash little mini waffle maker in Fredericksburg at the Goodwill store, and I have made my first batch of chaffles. Cheese waffles, if you don't know what that is. It's just cheese and grated cheese. I use cheddar and eggs. I think it's 1 cup of cheese and 2 eggs, and you make about 4 of those mini, they're about that big around, little circle waffles on the Dash mini maker. They come out kind of crunchy. You can use them as bread. You can use them as a bun for a hamburger. You can use them to dunk your eggs if you like fried eggs over medium. But why would you want to dunk an egg in an egg? I haven't quite figured that one out. But anyway, they're supposed to replace bread. And I didn't have any bread for the last 2 days, and my weight dropped. I think it's down 4 pounds from the high. Dropped a little over 2 today, and about 2, almost 2 yesterday. And that, I'm not going to say that's just from changing my diet, but I've told you in the pivot video that I was going to start cutting back on the quantity of my fats. So that's probably having a bigger effect than a slice of toast with an egg in the morning, or several eggs in the morning. I do have a little bit of sourdough left. I'm going to try to use that up, and I think I have some regular old white bread still left when I couldn't find sourdough. Confession, I had been dipping my toast in my runny egg yolks. That was kind of a traditional breakfast since I moved here. And then when I don't want to have the toast, I just scramble up an omelet generally with hamburger and cheese and 2 or 3 eggs. But back to Dr. Mabry and my morning. Oh, well, that's what I was talking about this morning. I went to Planet Fitness and tanned. I actually walked there and back. I used the Map My Walk by Under Armour app, and it was exactly half a mile down there and a half a mile back. The only difference is back is all uphill. Oh, and yes, Beth, I got your text yesterday, I think. Been praying for your granddaughter. Also have another friend that lost her son, so I have her on my mind. Lots of things need prayer these days. If I can pray for you for something, be sure to let me know. You don't have to put it in the comments. Find me on social media and let me know. Or if you have my phone number, text it to me. I definitely, after a near miss, have enhanced or strengthened, I guess would be a better word, my relationship with God Almighty over the last 6 years. So I'm more than willing to pray for you if you have a concern or to talk to you about what I believe. So anyway, I went there and I was planning to do some high intensity training tonight. And then I logged on to click some of the coupons for the bacon on sale this weekend, and I found out that there was some on sale that if I had a coupon, I could get it, but it goes off tomorrow. And since I'm going to Tangier Island tomorrow and leaving here at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I didn't know if I'd be home in time to go shopping. So I just got ready and went back down there. I said, well, when we go down there, let's go ahead and do a little workout because the Safeway and the Planet Fitness are in the same shopping center. So I went on and I finally did the first high intensity training. What I think I did was high intensity training. And I didn't do it right, I'm pretty sure. I'm still learning how to do it. But Dr. Mabry assures me that if I do this, I will be in the best shape of my life. And when I get out of the shower and I look in the mirror, I realize I'm probably in some of the worst shape of my life. So I need something to put me into the best shape of my life. I've kind of got the furniture disease where my chest is going into my drawers. So I need to pump that chest up a little bit, and that's what I did. I only did bench press, and I only did 3 repetitions, I guess is what they call it. The basic concept, if I'm understanding it correctly, and if you want to find out more, search Dr. McGuff, high intensity training on YouTube. He is an ER doctor in Orlando, I believe. It's somewhere in Florida. And he also owns a gym or a weight room or whatever the term is, a fitness center. And he's determined that if you do extremely heavy weight and you do it extremely slowly, raising it and lowering it, that it puts so much stress on you, you can only do 1 workout a week and you need the whole week to recover. So when I say I only did 3 repetitions, they were about 85 pounds on a machine. Planet Fitness generally only has machines. They have a Smith machine, which is for squats basically, which you could put a bench under and do a bench press, but they don't have benches for you to do bench press on, so it's a little bit challenging. So I used the machine, and I think it was 85 pounds, and then I cranked the dial to add an extra 2.5. So basically I was pushing out, to get it all the way out as slow as I could, and then bringing it back down. And that took a good 30 seconds for each rep. And it's not a heavy weight, but I had it on 90 and I couldn't do it, so I had to drop it down, I think, to 80, which ended up at 82.5. They have a dial you can change by 2.5 pound increments. And these fancy new machines at this new gym have a clock and a counter. For some reason, it only counted me as 1. I don't know if it's supposed to count repetitions, but it only counted 1. Maybe I was moving too slow for it. But then it counts down how much time in between. So I guess people use all those little tools to get healthy. I still don't believe that you need to exercise to lose weight. Some of the benefits of exercise are They prevent muscle wasting, which generally happens after you get over 50. And they can also help increase your high density lipoprotein, also known as HDL cholesterol, which is inappropriately called the good cholesterol, which means the bad cholesterol is also inappropriately called bad cholesterol. Trust me, if you don't have either of them, you won't be here much longer. So in my book, that makes them both good. You need cholesterol to live. I've already done videos on that. I'm not going to get into it again. I do have a accountability call coming up here in less than 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm back inside at my beach scene. This is actually the easiest background I've ever set up. I hope you like it. I hope you will comment. I hope you will hit the like button, and I hope you'll hit that. If it gets to the end, it's my face, but prior to that, it's a little red, white, and blue circle. Either one you can subscribe to. And I welcome the new subscribers. I think Judy has subscribed and somebody else subscribed before, so thank you. And I hope you enjoy the video of Chesapeake Bay and Tangier Island tomorrow, and then maybe you'll get one of Shenandoah National Park shortly thereafter. These are all things I'm doing to lower stress, increase sun exposure, and just have me live a healthier, happier life. So they do fit in on an Unconventional Healthy Living Strategies channel, even though you may not know how. So anyway, have a great day. Talk to you soon.